I started in the industry in the mid-90s, and at that time that was really when the internet started to be used commercially. So when I started, coming from a biochemistry background, I had to learn everything from scratch. Everything from fanning the server because it was overheating, chasing the mice away, making sure they didn't chew up the cables, and then learning how to script and how to do graphic design and so on. So our clients didn't know anything about the internet. We had to teach first about what the internet was about, and then what possibly they could do with this new medium, which supposedly was a fad at that time. So my first clients were Canadian Tire. I did their first website, the first website for Four Seasons, hotels and resorts. Worked a lot with Rogers Communications and so on. After leaving that company, I was a second employee, and after leaving 4 years later at around 360 employees, it grew very quickly. I went over to Europe and joined Thomas on the management team of a company that created very large online simulations. And there we took all of those products online, and that was my role.
So what we did there was the largest online property that we created there was an online stock exchange competition, which ran in 15 countries, in 9 languages, had 100,000 participants, and we had in every of those 15 countries we had a major bank and a major newspaper participating. It was a very big project. The winner got 100,000 euros because the euro had just been introduced. That was a major project that took everything that we had, so much so that we had to leave the continent. So we moved to Africa and ran a web development company there.
So in Ghana, in West Africa, that was an emerging market at that time, and a lot of companies were coming into the region to set up their head offices. So we worked with some pretty large international companies such as Vodafone, did quite a lot of work for the United Nations, different divisions of the United Nations, and a lot of the banks and hospitality companies. There, after 10 years of building our own team and training and sticking to what we wanted as quality standards and delivering on that, we decided to come back after 3 kids back to Canada.
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
We also did, we built a data center.
We did, yeah.
We started up Yellow Pages in Ghana, and we wrote a few course books for the United Nations, the International Trade Center, to teach small and medium-sized companies in the developing world about social media and about internet marketing and about e-commerce. So it was a very, very exciting time. Very tiring again, so we thought, okay, let's go back to Canada.
Yes. And I thought, coming back to Canada, well, back for me, new for our family, I thought I needed to roll my sleeves up again and just get a job and relearn some of the North American way of doing things. I joined a fairly large advertising agency and ran the operations for their boutique agency. I learned very quickly that, in fact, there wasn't so much that I needed to learn because Africa was leapfrogging some of the barriers and some of the challenges that were here in North America because their infrastructure was more mobile. So we did focus on mobile earlier than North America did. So it gave me a bit of an advantage, and I think one of the biggest values that I walked out of my first encounter with the digital world is that I have a bird's eye view of what is needed to get digital marketing done. I know all of the necessary skills, I know how to put the pieces together, and I know how to manage a project. So I managed to do that for this agency for Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid, and delivered their brand sites in 9 months. But I actually did decide that I wanted to make those strategies and those tools more available for smaller businesses and medium-sized businesses.
So here we are, Mawazo Marketing. We help our customers with measurable strategies for their online marketing, and we execute it for them as their in-house marketing team. And it's all based on results, acquiring leads, engaging them, nurturing them with personalized communication, converting them to clients, and then retaining their loyalty and making them brand ambassadors. That's what our company does.